Hey everybody, Mike here. So here's a real quick review on this Edge Insight CTS3 that I've been running in my truck for approximately 3 years now. I picked this up to put on my A-pillar to replace a set of glow shift gauges that I was having problems with. I decided I wanted the functionality of this Edge monitor instead. This is just the monitor in my case. I'm running this on my 07 Cummins Ram 2500. It's a 5.9 liter. Really like the adjustability and the parameters I'm able to monitor from this just by running this off the OBD2 by itself. Now I did go ahead and pick up the EAS expandable system so that I can monitor EGT as well. And I'll put that on the screen here for you so you can see what that looks like. It basically just taps into your harness that comes with the Edge unit. You've got a temp probe that will go into your exhaust manifold, which you'll have to drill a hole and tap that to be able to use that feature. What's really nice about these screens is you can pretty much set these up however you like. So this is the screen I enjoy running quite a bit for me. There are other wallpapers and themes you can run. So if I go into themes here, you can see where you can switch your bar color. You can select your warning colors. There's quite a bit of adjustability when it comes to the coloring of this unit. Now you can also edit your layouts. I run screen 1, but you can also run these other screens as well. If you like the idea of having separate gauges like this, 23 different layouts in here that you can go to and pick from. And then some of these will even tell you everything from the pitch of the truck, how much roll. So if you're in an off-roading environment, that might be handy for you as well. And there's the one I enjoy. So once you've picked the layout that you want, you can just hit the select button. That takes you back to the cluster of gauges you selected. And then these are the ones I currently have loaded. So you can actually change back and forth quickly between 3 different screens if you'd like to. So now we can go back here and I'll show you. So now we're back to my gauges. If I scroll my finger to from right to left, it takes you to a different set of gauges. And then if you just want a simple clean layout there which shows you all your different parameters that you've got loaded, you can do so. So when you double tap on that, you can actually go through here and select a different parameter if you want to put a different parameter in that box, and then hit save. And then when you go back to the screen here, it'll update your box with what you selected as well. And then to get back to the gauges that I typically run. Now if you scroll from the bottom up, it loads up the different menu settings. So if you have an EAS plugged into it, you can see where it's saved there. You can go into your settings, and this is where you can change your display settings, your device colors, different audio settings. You can hook this up to Wi-Fi if you want to check update. So this also has some cool things. So like if you do have a tuner built in where you can run different various tunes, if you've got someone to help you with that, you got your tuning set up there. You can go through if you have any trouble codes within your vehicle, it'll pull your codes, and then you've got the ability to clear the codes as well if there's any in there. And then you can go into your performance, and this will allow you to run 0 to 60, 0 to 100, quarter mile and eighth mile tests within the unit, and then it'll save. I can't really vouch for how accurate that is. I've never actually ran my truck on a track, but I have played with these settings over the time, and I do feel like they are probably within a second or so from what the actual official result might be, just based on how many horsepower I know my truck is. So that's a fun little feature to play with. Now what's also nice about this, you can change these parameters here, but when you go into these settings for within that parameter, you can set it up when you want this to warn you based on what temperatures you're seeing or value, and it'll come up in light green up red like you see here if it's getting into that temperature parameter that you don't want to see on this. And then you can actually have it alert you with sound as well. So that's kind of handy, especially if I'm towing heavy. I can keep an eye on some of my temperatures. Mainly EGTs is what I worry about, but I've been really happy with this gauge. Let me go ahead and turn the truck on real quick. I'll let you see what this looks like while the truck's running. So as you can see, what the gauge is running now, this is what it looks like mainly when I'm going down the road. And if I go ahead and throttle on it a little bit, you can see where my EGTs are creeping up on me, and then the engine speed for my RPMs. But I've been extremely happy with this gauge setup that I've been running it the last 3 years. If you're interested in picking up one of these monitors, these are good for anything that's 96 and up. It's got the OBD2 setup on it. The newer the vehicle, the more parameters you'll actually be able to monitor. With my truck being just a little bit older, I don't have all the capability that some of the newer vehicles will have that you can monitor. So check this out. Refer to the Edge website if you're curious as to what parameters this will monitor for your specific vehicle. But other than that, hopefully that was a good enough little overview for you to be able to check this out and see if it's worth your time or not. I know for me, it's been a lifesaver going down the road.